All right, we're alive. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, boys and girls, Gundarks, Zuckuses, Forlums, Dengars, Bosks, IG-88s, Boba fucking Fetts to another fantastic edition, rendition, evolution of our favorite show, YouTube exclusive, New Force Order, aka TaTOYine, where I, Dr. Destroyer Alex Arroyo, and my co-host, the ever-loving Greek god Papadon, sit and talk about all my purchases for the week that related to Star Wars, because I have other purchases that are not related to Star Wars, but we won't get into that fucking shit. So welcome this week, GGP. I've got a couple of surprises for us. I've mentioned him in the past before. One of my good friends. Oh, good old John P. from Texas. He lives around the Austin area. He works at Walmart. Good friend of mine on Instagram. And he is my hookup for anything that is Star Wars related that gets released at Walmart that I cannot get to, because guess what? My nearest Walmart from Brooklyn is Valley Stream, and it's
Oh my God.
Yes, exactly. It's a wasteland, and it's a terrible place to be. Somebody got killed at that Valley Stream Walmart like 4 or 5 years ago during Black Friday. I don't want to go anywhere near it. It's awful. They never have shit that I need. So John, he unloads the truck, pulls shit out, and I said, John, this is what I need. And usually 98% of the time, he's able to score for me. But he's been holding a box for me for about almost a year. So last October is when the new figures for The Mandalorian came out, and he had just sent me that box with shit that was inside of there. So it's been a while. So he sent me a few things that I had requested, that I knew he had, that he was holding for me. And we're going to go over one of those and a few other things tonight. So the first thing we're going to go over this evening, they're all going to have a little theme to them. So Star Wars loves, and we talked about this off the air, that Star Wars loves to take some of their product and rebrand them and re-put them out because they want to get your $20 again, because they made something a little bit different. So this is the First Order Jet Trooper from the Rise of Skywalker. This is number 99 of the Black Series, but this is not the normal one. This is the carbonized graphite Jet Trooper. So if you look at this one here, he's got this metallic sheen to him. He looks a little different than the other Jet Trooper. I'm going to get close for Pop over there so you can see him. The box also has this kind of like 90s comic book cover holographic feel to it that we all saw. They love dropping those holographic covers in the 90s. This is basically the same exact release as the Jet Trooper. A different box, different paint deco. The deco, again, like I said, is this carbonized, which makes it a little more shiny, a little more metallic. It's kind of hard to tell on this one specifically because they didn't do like an off-the-wall job with it, but it's more of like a pearlized look to the Jet Trooper. And again, same exact box, different coloring on the box, same exact number. This was a Walmart exclusive, hence the reason why my boy John got it for me, because he was able to score this for me. Got a little ding in it, whichever, I'll deal with it. I have no problem with it, whatever. Along those lines, so they had released a carbonized Mando, which I actually still haven't got yet. So if anybody has one of those, you want to sell it to me for a decent price, please, I need the carbonized Mando. That was a Target exclusive. Didn't get that one. They have a carbonized second sister Inquisitor from...
Sister!
A sister? From GameStop that came out that I have. And then there was, I think, another carbonized one. I'm trying to think. I don't remember because I am getting old and CT is kicking in. Anyway, the new carbonized line that came out for the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary is here. Here we have the Stormtrooper, and he looks a little more, if you look at him, Pop, he looks a little more silver, kind of like the shiny silver.
Like Phasma.
Exactly. He's got that kind of Phasma look to him. They released this one as the, I think this is an Amazon exclusive or Hasbro Pulse. I can't remember anymore. They're all over the place. I'm lucky if I can keep up. Stormtroopers are elite shock troopers, fanatically loyal to the Empire and impossible to sway from the Imperial cause, except if you're FN 187, whatever the fuck he was. But this is the carbonized Stormtrooper here. So it's a special finish on this one. It's got the Empire Strikes Back box. The box is very silvery, shiny, reflective. This one does not have a number on it. The other ones previously did, which is kind of odd. But, not totally off the beaten path for the Black Series. Going back to the Jet Trooper. Specialized stormtroopers of the First Order. Jet Troopers soared to battle equipped with agile rocket packs. They fly now?
They fly now.
Yes, they fly now. So that is the Stormtrooper and Jet Trooper. And as we're going down the line, we got two more, probably more important carbonized figures that they released for the 40th anniversary. And if you could tell by the color of this packaging, and maybe the coloring of this packaging, we have two specific special characters. One is our buddy Darth Vader. So they released Vader, finally, in the carbonized version. Darth Vader, once a heroic Jedi Knight, Darth Vader was seduced by the dark side of the Force, becoming a Sith Lord, and led the Empire's eradication of the Jedi Order. This one, again, is not numbered. So they kind of went a different route with his Vader. If you look, Pop, he's really not black anymore. He's got this kind of navy blue.
Yeah.
So they talked about why they did this. They trialed him in the black for the carbonized, and guess what? It looked just like the regular release. So they were like, we got to do something different. So they kind of put this black, this bluish, purplish hue on him to kind of separate him from the original rendition. And I actually think it's pretty cool because it gives him almost that Marvel Comics feel to him. If you look at the original Marvel Comics in the 70s, Vader really, it was hard to put him on like fully black. So they had all these really very well washed out blue highlights on him that made him look a little bit different. And this, I think inadvertently is kind of like a homage to the that Vader, the way he looked in the Marvel Comics, because he's got that kind of blue tint to him. Hasbro actually put out a 3 3/4 figure a couple of years ago, packed with the Marvel comic of that Vader in that kind of blue hue. It was more of a blue Vader with some black highlights that really captured what he looked like inside the Marvel comics. So, kudos to them to make a different Vader. The problem with Vader is that, he's fairly standard throughout the movie. There's a couple little things that are different here and there, but they're so subtle that you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And speaking of that difference, I'm actually going to transition to something right now.
Speaking of difference,
so I ordered a few of the Bluefin Tamahashi stuff this week that was not Star Wars related. It was actually Golden Axe related, which is oddly enough, I'm going to talk about that. But it came with this really awesome pamphlet for the Tamahashi Nation Star Wars line that we love to talk about. I've got a bunch of these, and we always talk about, what's the checklist for these? What do they look like? Well, they gave me this little pamphlet that's actually very well done, and it actually has, if you fold it out in poster style, all of the Tamahashi Nation's movie realization Star Wars figures that they've released. So we can go over them bit by bit here before we get to the last thing. They got the Captain Phasma, the Ashigaru Diashu, the Samurai Ren. And again, it's got the picture of the figure with the, stylized photo above it. We got the First Order Stormtrooper, the C-3PO with a fan, which I'm never going to get. The Snow Trooper, another Stormtrooper, the Shadow Trooper, Darth Maul. When you flip it over, you've got Ronin Jango Fett, another Stormtrooper with a bow and arrow, another Stormtrooper with the drum. So I think they're kind of making the Stormtroopers like a little different, so you can kind of like build your army from there. They've got the Darth Vader with Death Star armor. Now this is the one, Pop, that you're not a big fan of, that has the big Death Star kind of deco on the head. Okay, they have the Emperor's Royal Guard, which I'm really on the lookout for now. I haven't seen it for less than $100. They've got the Sand Trooper. They've got Ronin Boba Fett. They've got another Stormtrooper with a gun. And they've got something that I didn't realize they have. Another Darth Vader. So if you look at that Vader, instead of having the Stormtrooper symbol, the Death Star symbol above his head, he actually has the Empire symbol on his samurai helmet.
Much better.
And his mouth is open, if you look at it, which is different than the other one. So this, I never knew this one existed. I had no idea. So what did I do today when I got this in the mail?
Good.
I did. And then what is the second thing I did? I Goose
Goose,
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 and then
goose.
I went immediately to Amazon. I went immediately to Bluefin. It was $95. I was like, fuck that. I went to Amazon and I found one for $68. Buy it now. Shipping to me this week. I'll have the second Darth Vader, which we'll do on another episode of TaTOYine. That does not have that dumbass fucking Death Star armor that comes on top of over there. It's, you know, we'll compare the two of them back to back. There's certain similarities, a bunch of differences, and I think this is a much better Vader from the standpoint of looking a little more menacing with that dumb fucking Death Star hanging off his head. This is a real. I was about to chuck this, but I didn't, and I kept it. And I think
How many in total is there? 20.
Let's see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 at upwards of $80 a pop.
Do you figure in you're spending, let's say, 100 just to make it easy math? You're spending $1,700 on all.
Let's say $1,500 around there. Yeah,
let's say
that's a lot of Scotto, as they say in the
that
biz.
is a lot of Scotto.
I don't think I'll be collecting all of them. The Stormtroopers are fairly redundant. Do I need the one that's beating the drum? Probably not.
No, you beat your own drum, brother.
Yeah, goddamn right. So we're probably gonna skip that one. And the C-3PO, never gonna get that one.
Let me see how hideous that looks.
It's fucking hideous. It looks like, here, look, there he goes. He's got a fan. I mean,
he looks like the robot from Spaceballs.
He should come with a cock in his mouth at this point. I mean, let's be serious. That's fucking terrible. Poor Anthony Daniels got no respect, even in the samurai. But I will tell you, his leg is silver.
I hate that.
Me too. So, somebody made a good point about that recently. Is that there was an article that we sent around that we didn't talk about in the main show, that I think the reason why we all assumed that he was all silver was because a lot of times we saw him in the sands of Tatooine, and I think the reflection of the sand kind of put that leg in a different light to us and looked them a little more silverish, a little more goldish than silverish. I think that's the reason why we probably never realized that it was actually silver the whole time. Anyway.
Hold on a second. Sunshine.
Yes, tell me.
Do you also believe in the magic bullet theory too? His leg was always gold. It's called Mandela effect.
Oh, the Mandela effect. I gotta love it. Listen, Anthony Daniels even states himself that his leg was silver. So,
of course, because in this universe,
he's been Mandela. Yes, he's been Mandela. I would think the guy who played him would actually realize. Anyway, last one on the line for our carbonized line this year is the one that I was trying to get so difficultly. Why? Because I love me some boba, and it's in a green package. Looks fantastic with that, shiny, shimmery steel look to it. With his customized Mandalorian armor, deadly weaponry, and silent demeanor, Boba Fett was one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. And they did a really good job of pimping out Boba. Even his pants are kind of silvery and carbonized. The greens pop really well. Even his Wookiee braids are also fucking kind of dipped in a little gold over there. Though they didn't do the weapons so much, which is kind of odd. But this is that was one of the harder ones to get. Him and Vader were the difficult ones, obviously, because Boba is like, everybody's favorite. The package is great. Again, 40th anniversary. They're really pushing hard with the Boba stuff for the 40th anniversary, because guess what? It's Boba. I've got this one, and I've got a second one coming, because I was able to. I think I missed the first pre-order. I had to order this one for a little bit more money than usual, and then finally it popped up on one of my normal sites, and I was like, I'll get a second one just for an investment in the future, because these always go up in value once they disappear. And again, if you have a Mando, I need the carbonized Mando. I'm gonna bite the bullet at some point and spend $100 on it, which is kind of sucky because it was $25 retail. Oh well. But carbonized Boba, definitely the one if you want to get him and the Vader. For sure, the two better ones in the line, because they look a little more different. I've got a couple more stuff from John this week, which we'll talk about in the future. I've got some more stuff lined up for TaTOYine. I just got an email from Sideshow. They said, "Hey, Dr. Destroyo, your Hot Toys Mandalorian is shipping this week, so you're gonna have to pay the rest of that bill," which I'm pretty pumped about, because despite the fact that he was around for the first 15 minutes of the first Mando episode, I'm still excited to get him. So he'll be coming and will be on a future episode of TaTOYine. Um,
Doc, I just
yes.
sent you something to the group chat.
Yeah. I can't look at it because we're live.
It's all right. Just you're gonna thank me for it. Um, Listen, Sideshow has this killer mythos statue that I want to buy.
Of Obi-Wan?
No, I don't like the Obi Wan.
Of Boba?
No, of Darth Maul. It's
Oh.
about $640.
Mm.
Then they dropped this week premium format figure of the
Mando.
Mandalorian,
Yes, I saw that.
which is beautiful because he's walking with Baby Yoda and the little thing. Another 600 something dollars.
Boy.
And it's only like 20 inches big. You know what I mean?
That's what she
So
said.
yeah. So it's just like, oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, 600 something dollars. I don't have the money for that.
You don't got to tell me, man. Every week I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm
Brutal.
still trying to get the Wolverine versus Hulk maquette from
Mhm.
Sideshow, which is like $600 too.
Yep. And this week is a huge week because they're doing Hasbro PulseCon. Tomorrow, actually, is the initial drops for it, and they're putting out all the product that they would have sold at SDCC, and they're selling it on the Hasbro website. So the big Star Wars ticket item is the Endor Rebel Heroes, which is a trifold package that's going to have an Ewok on a speeder bike, Luke Skywalker in his poncho, and Han Solo and Princess Leia, Han in his poncho, and Leia in her Endor gear as well. And it all folds together in like one little kind of square package. But when you unfold it all, it shows the scene from Return of the Jedi, where Luke is in the forest with his lightsaber, fighting the speeder bikes. The speeder bike gets stolen by the Ewok, and Leia and Han at the door of the shield generator. I think that it's gonna probably retail for like 100 and change somewhere over there. And I think there's another Star Wars exclusive. I'm drawing a blank right now as to what it is. I have a list somewhere. But all that shit's going on sale tomorrow. It's gonna be a fucking blitz. I hate this time of year when they drop the SDCC stuff on online because it's usually people fighting to get it. Listen, knock on wood, I've gotten probably 98% of the stuff I needed through that website, which is great. How? I have no idea, thank God. But it's going to be at noon tomorrow. Please, throw up your hands and whatever God, L. Ron Hubbard, Jesus Christ, Buddha, Vishnu, whatever you pray to, please pray for me because I will be attempting to grab some Marvel Legends stuff, some Transformers stuff, some G.I. Joe stuff, some Star Wars stuff. It's going to be a fucking mad dash to the finish line. So I'm going to see what's more important. Check out with that stuff first. Anyway, this has been another exciting episode of our YouTube exclusive channel, New Force Order, for the episode 9, I believe, figure 9 of TaTOYine. I am Dr. Destroyo. You can find me at Dr. Dr_Destroyo, DESTRROYO, Instagram, Alex Arroyo MD, Twitter, Alex Arroyo, Facebook. You can find us collectively at the NFO_podcast on Twitter, New Force Order on Instagram, official New Force Order on Facebook. Email us at newforceorder@yahoo.com. You can find my boy, the Greek God Papadon, on his YouTube channel, Greek God Papadon, where he puts up all his promos, all his matches, all his naked man wrestling. You can find him on Greek God Papadon on Instagram. You can find him on, is it Greek God Papadon on Twitter?
Yes. Thank you for paying
Indeed,
attention.
Greek God Papadon on Twitter. And you can find him on Demetrios Papadon on Facebook, where he puts up all his mankini wrestling photos, which he will be wrestling this week in New Jersey and in California. Pop, take it away. Give your plugs.
Oh, you just plugged me up, brother. You plugged me up like a $2
listen,
whore.
you wish.
The 27th, I'll be in Invictus Pro Wrestling. That's Invictus Pro Wrestling in New Jersey.
Not Invictus Pro Reckless.
No. That's your Tuesday night. On the 29th, I'll be at Prime Time in California. That's the United Wrestling Network / NWA National Wrestling Alliance pay-per-view. So you catch me on that on the Fight Network. So That's that.
This has been another scintillating, titillating, gyrating, pulsating, vibrating episode of TaTOYine. I hope you didn't get sand in your crotch this time. And I just want to say that if you ain't down with the NFO, we got 2 words for you. Fuck you. And that's just toy sweet.